And this is really more in relation of Australia's relationship to the United States. I think there's been a recognition from the strategic minds in Australia that Taiwan, in fact, is an important strategic interest of Australia. Even if there are no actual legal obligations for Australia to step in, it is impossible and inconceivable to see that Australia would not side with the United States in a war over Taiwan. No one wants to actually see Taiwan in actual war, first and foremost, and so that if there was a war, it would be important to make sure that China is not able to just basically waltz in, right? That we want to defend the current system that has allowed peace since 1945. So again, Australia plays a very important role in maintaining the current order in the Indo-Pacific. Australia is also willing to basically go all out in its continued support of the U.S.-led order, and also demonstrate its willingness to play an upgraded role, right?
In Australia itself, the Australian public, what sort of feeling is there amongst Australians to defend, a democratic, pluralistic society, Taiwan, which is about the same population as Australia itself? What is the feeling amongst Australians?
So there's all these things that were perceived as kind of these Chinese arrogance and misunderstanding of Australian democracy and values and whatnot. And that, I think, has, what we've seen now, this rhetoric of preventing China's continued expansion and influence in Australia and Indo-Pacific, as well as potential war over Taiwan, is all a reflection of this greater kind of perhaps insecurity, if you like to use that word, but also this mistrust of Chinese intentions and how the Chinese authoritarian model and its kind of it's trying to push through its agenda in Australia and elsewhere makes kind of peace-loving, if you want to use that term, peace-loving pro-democracy Australians very uneasy of the direction that China's taking. Again, I think a lot of it is there's also this great distrust specifically coming from China that's leading to a renewed interest and support for Taiwan.